Like, that's not the problem. I mean, what's up, guys? I know it has been quite a while since I posted a video, but I've had quite a bit going on over the past few weeks, so it's just been kind of hard to find time to fit in, recording and things like that, but definitely always, keeping up on the socials and staying in the loop and things like that. So since my schedule is getting back to a more manageable place right now, and share something that I found pretty interesting regarding the DC world. So let's go ahead and get into that. But first, if you are new, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and my other content. And thank you for the continued support on my channel, even for, since I haven't been posting as regularly as usual. I still appreciate the support. A lot of you probably have seen this over the past day or two. Andy Muschetti, who was the director for the Flash movie, came out an article talking about why he thinks the Flash movie failed. And I think a lot of people have something to say about it. So a quote from the article says, "Apart from all the other reasons, it wasn't a movie that appealed to the four quadrants. It failed at that. When you spend $200 million making a movie, Warner wants you to bring even your grandmother to the theaters. And I found out in private conversations that a lot of people just don't care about the Flash as a character, particularly the two female quadrants. All that is wind going against the movie that I learned about." Now, I know all of it, fans, as we're not going to sit here and pretend to know more about the movie industry or what it takes to make a successful movie, or we're not experts. I'm not an expert, but I think this is, I don't see this being one of the reasons why the Flash movie failed. He does say apart from all the other reasons, so maybe that's him acknowledging all the reasons that we're thinking of as fans without actually saying those reasons specifically. But I don't think, okay, all the other reasons why it failed are more than enough for the movie not to have been successful. First of all, I think he's completely wrong about the two female quadrants, whatever that's supposed to mean, not being interested. Maybe he's talking about, age ranges, whatever, being interested in the Flash as a character. Female who loves the Flash character. That's not the problem. There's tons of female fans who love DC characters, love the Flash as a character. He is appealing. It's not just to a male audience that the Flash is appealing. The Flash CW series went on for a long time, even though, in my opinion, it went down after season 3, 4. First three seasons were definitely the best. That was my favorite CW show until season 3. Then I kind of, it fell off for me. Superman and Lois was phenomenal. But before that started, The Flash, the first 3 seasons were awesome. And that got me totally into the Flash as a character. Live action. Seeing him live action. So, the movie had so much great potential, especially when they first announced this movie. It was supposed to be Flashpoint when they first announced it way back when in 2015, 16, whatever, 14, 15, whenever. They announced their big old slate that they had planned after Man of Steel. So many people were excited that it was supposed to be Flashpoint. And then this movie just got put on the back burner for so long. After everything that happened with Justice League, look at all the other movies that we didn't even get at all. This movie, I'm surprised this movie even was released, to be honest. They went through a bunch of directors. It probably has 1,000 scripts that were all combined into whatever they used for this one. There was a lot of changes that were made up and down and all around. They had to recast Barry's dad. It got delayed because of COVID again. Things were changed when James Gunn and Peter Safran came into, got into their leadership positions. The ending was obviously changed. Then we heard about the ending that they were supposed to go with. Not to mention, they announced a reboot before this movie came out. Granted, other movies came out the same year as The Flash, but this should have been their biggest movie that year. Do they realize how much interest and investment that they lost from the fans? Not just financial investment, but interest, just in being invested and interested in the universe. When they announced a reboot before this movie even came out, like I said, he says apart from all the other reasons. So he could be including all these things in that, statement. But I don't think that Flash not being interesting to female audience members has anything to do with it whatsoever. Like, all the other reasons why it failed contributed way more. Like, that could be like, maybe the Flash has a larger male audience. Okay, fine. But your audience in general, your DC fans were like, I'm checked out when they announced a reboot. A lot of people. But guess what? A lot of fans still went to see it. I went to see it. However, a lot of fans were like, why should I care? That was one of the first reactions we saw from a lot of fans online was, why should I care about these movies coming out when we know that they're not going to even matter going forward? And knowing that it was like chopped and screwed so much, and a lot of things were changed, and I think a lot of fans just kind of knew what they were walking into with this movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure a lot of people have obviously seen the movie since it came out, but they didn't necessarily pay for it in theaters, which is not going to be helpful. If they waited for it to hit streaming, it's not going to help with box office numbers. It may help with like Max and all of that kind of stuff, but it's not going to help with making their money back as far as theaters. And not to mention the huge budget they had for marketing, because they were marketing the hell out of this movie, and they even paid for a Super Bowl spot. So I just think that comment it's completely irrelevant, in my opinion, to why the Flash movie failed. There was like a whole laundry list of reasons why that movie could have been so much better. And I personally, like, Ezra Miller, I think, was definitely what held that movie together because of his performance and having to play different versions of his character. He was definitely the best thing about that movie. But, I mean, it seems like he is kind of acknowledging to some extent that there was a whole lot of other reasons why it failed, but I don't think not appealing to females audience members has anything to do with it. I just found that to be pretty interesting. He is also supposed to do Batman Brave and the Bold, but I saw recently that I think that is also on hold indefinitely. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But just found that to be kind of interesting. Wanted to share my thoughts. So thank you guys again for checking out the video. Appreciate all the support once again. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys soon.